Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special and exciting Silversea Cruises webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Manager here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenters. The webinar will run about 20 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenters, Marcus Kenny and Douglas Echeverry. Marcus started with Silversea in 2014 as an area sales director based in Washington, D.C. He moved to Miami in 2017 to lead the reimagined business development and inside sales team. His new team supports the field sales team with travel advisor activation and advisor support to ensure that each of their partners have an excellent travel advisor experience. In his spare time, Marcus enjoys long-distance biking and thousand-piece puzzles. And joining Marcus is Douglas, the Strategic Business Development Manager for Silversea Cruises. He began with Silversea in 2017, and by 2018 had received Business Development Specialist of the Year. His passion with Silversea has led to providing excellent support and establishing great relationships with travel advisors. In his spare time, besides traveling, he enjoys practicing photography and trying different types of local cuisines of the destinations that he's traveled to. And with that, take it away, Marcus and Douglas.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for your time today. We're so excited to be here. And to add to Doug's bio, he was recently promoted. So congratulations, Doug.
Thank you, Marcus, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me here as well. I'm really excited to just be able to go ahead and present to you everything that we have to offer here at Silversea, and just being able to give us an opportunity of the time for your day. So
excellent. Well, it's so exciting. We're going to do this together, and I want to start with one of my favorite pictures, and this is a picture from our destination in Australia, the Kimberley Coast. And you can see the Zodiac cruising happening. And because the tide change is so dramatic, it's as if this reef, it's called Montgomery Reef, is rising out of the ocean. So it creates this really spectacular experience. And it speaks to what makes Silversea such a unique product. And it's because we go to over 900 destinations on all 7 continents, giving you and your clients unprecedented access to culture, to wildlife, and the planet. And that allows you to travel deeper into each of these destinations, giving a full immersion experience. And because our ships are intimate, we can access small ports and we can access off the beaten path destinations for those clients who have been there and done that and are looking for something truly transformative. And we can go to over 900 destinations because we're actually selling 13 ships right now. Now, this includes the new Silver Nova that we'll speak of in later in the presentation, the Silver Ray that will be introduced in 2024, and then also the Explorer, who has her final season. She will leave the fleet, but we also have the new Silver Endeavor, which we purchased earlier this year. And all of these ships range in guest capacity from 100 on the Silver Origin to 728 on the Nova and the Ray, giving you an intimate ship experience. Now, even though the ships are, quote, small, they're still very spacious. So you're going to have a lot of room on the ship, and every suite, they're all ocean view accommodations, every suite will come with a butler. And Mark Conroy likes to say the butler will do anything as long as it's legal, but they will shine your shoes. They will unpack and pack for you. And one of my favorite questions to ask guests and to ask advisors to ask their guests is, do you have a unique butler story? What is something that one of the butlers did that stood out? So I actually want to let Doug share his unique butler story.
So when me and my girlfriend were in Yangon in Myanmar, we were overnighting, going out, checking out the city, and after a long day, we get back to our suite, and I find that my whole suit is just hanging, and my shoes are, wrapped up. Next thing you know, I open up and I see a note. It's from the butler saying, "Your suit has been brushed, your shoes have been polished. Have a wonderful evening for your formal night." And this is one of these things that I was just like, I couldn't even say anything because I was just shocked of that little small detail that goes a long way. And being able to just share that experience with everybody, friends and family, about things that I didn't even ask for that got done for you just after a long day. So that is one of those stories
Mhm.
that stuck by me this whole time, and I'm glad I'm able to share it with everybody to just kind of let you know, how far the service of a butler goes. And this leads me to, as well, just talking about the hotel experience on board a ship. We offer over 8 dining venue options, being able to go from different options on French with La Dame, Italian cuisine and La Terrazza, being able to as well have a nice intimate dinner. If you want to sit outside, you can be able to starry sky, have a nice pasta, wine pairing. The grill, if you want to have an amazing experience, you have a lava stone that's temperatured,
Mhm.
at 1,000 degrees throughout the whole day, and being able to just have that experience and cook your own food outside, it's a great experience overall. If you want to do something light, we have kaiseki. It's a Japanese cuisine. Spaghetti. I'm a big pizza fan, so we actually got voted best pizza at sea. So I definitely recommend, if you ever get the opportunity to go visit Spaghetti, it's the best.
Pizza's
Silver
my
Note.
favorite food too.
The Silver Note offers international tapas with live jazz music for your guests to be able to just have some entertainment towards the night and end as well. Atlantide is an open seating option. Seafood and meat is going to be served there. And last but not least, we have, we're trying to improve our experiences on board. And this brings me to our salt kitchen. It's going to be able to represent local cuisine from the region that you're traveling. So the menu is always changing every single night. So if you didn't want to dare yourself to go and try out something out new, this is the opportunity to be able to have that experience on board. So apart from Salt Kitchen, we have the Salt Bar to being able to just try out that regional drink, that specialty cocktail. Let's say you're in Peru, you forgot to, try out that pisco sour, you still have that opportunity on board. The Salt Lab, for anybody that just loves to go and being able to just get creative and start cooking, learn something new. Why does this certain region cook with certain spices, and why do they cook it a certain way? This is, you have a chef one-on-one in a group session to be able to explore and learn these new ways of how to cook certain foods. You have salt lectures and being able to just talk about why this destination cooks these certain ways and use these certain spices. And as well, we have short side activities where you'll be able to go out there, go to a certain restaurant, and it's a family owned restaurant. You get to learn a little bit more about their history, why they do this, and why they love it so much. You get all this passion and all this, ecosystem that everybody loves and enjoys. And as you can see, we do have a lot of amazing reviews from the Silver Moon that introduced the SALT program. Guests posting incredible cooking classes, and just, the feedback overall has been almost 10 out of 10. So I definitely recommend it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And moving on, we are continuing to make product innovations. So we introduced the SALT program on the Silver Moon, and then we extended that to the Silver Dawn. And on the Silver Dawn, we're continuing to introduce product innovations. And with the Silver Dawn and moving on to the Nova and the Ray, we've introduced Atsium. And Atsium is this luxurious, intimate spa experience where we're giving you unique experience in the bath experience, where we'll have sea salts and a bubble bath with classical music playing, and a specialty dessert. This is my favorite, is the sleeping experience, where the butler will literally come in. This, by the way, is a pillow sampler, where the butler will come in with a pillow sampler, and you'll get to pick which of your pillows you like. This pillow is too soft, this pillow is too hard, this pillow is just right. Or you could take all of the pillows. And then the comfort experience where, you find one of your favorite movies and they bring in popcorn and some drinks and some appetizers. And then the balcony experience. So envision yourself in the Arctic and you have your hot chocolate and a robe. So again, we're looking at these small details that really separate and make a unprecedented, luxurious, and comfortable experience in even more destinations around the world. So I'll let Doug take over here.
All right. So with that being said, we're very destination focused. And when we just recently launched our 2024 and 2025 voyages, we offered a new, variety of collection of being able to go to the Indian Ocean, experiencing that South Africa coast, Western, Eastern, South America. We're doing our expedition on the Amazon River. So, if anybody hasn't gone to the Amazon for a while, this is the opportunity to go out there and be able to engage as well with the locals, the polar regions. This is going to lead me to the next slide later on that's going to be talking about the Silver Endeavor. The Kimberly Coast, we still have that availability on the Kimberly Coast to be able to go on the Silver Explorer. And, by next year, the Silver Explorer is going to be leaving our fleet. So this is kind of like a farewell voyage for the Silver Explorer for anybody that still loves that small, intimate size, and as well our Northern Europe itinerary. So we are going now introducing the Silver Endeavor, our newest acquisition that's going to be focusing mostly on the Arctic and Antarctica flybridge. Okay, you have a tonnage of 20,449. It's a PC Ice Class 6, so meaning it's very, very enforced. You have the guest capacity at 200 passengers. And let's go on to the next slide.
Oh, this is very important.
So our Royal Caribbean has started a program to being able to protect certain deposits that guests had originally booked on the Crystal Endeavor. So we just wanted to give everybody a quick reminder. You have any clients that were affected by this, coming from Crystal Endeavor deposits or bookings that were paid in full, they didn't get a refund for any reasons, please, if any of your guests want to participate for this, just create a booking by the end of this month. And more details can be found on our website at silversea.com/endeavor, where RCG will pay as well the new commissions as well for the new bookings, including the approved credit or refund amount once everything gets submitted correctly.
Yes, and another important point here is that you can book your clients on any of the brands, so Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and Silversea Cruises.
So with the Silver Endeavor coming out, we are being able to have more access to a lot of these remote destinations, being able to go and travel even further north to the pole. So your clients will be able to have opportunities for the next summer. We just released some of these voyages to be able to go to the Pond Inlet, cruising the Hudson Bay, being able to go to the Canadian Arctic. If you didn't want to go on a longer voyage, you have these opportunities here for you, ranging from 10 to 14, 18 days. And as well visiting Greenland National Park. So, for those off the beat travelers that just want to go to these remote destinations to learn more about the culture, being able to kind of just feel like you're in another world, this is the opportunity. And we want to let you know that the Crystal Endeavor is going to be highlighting this for next year in the summer. And, we want to give you a sneak peek of as far as the suite experience of how it's going to be on the Crystal Endeavor. So we're just going to be showing you a couple slides of how the leading category, classic veranda, is going to be starting off on the Crystal Endeavor. And as you can see here, it's a nice preview of how the suite looks overall. Very contemporary, amazing lighting as well. And let me just show her the next slide. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the same for their classic, deluxe, superior, and premium verandas. You have marble all bathrooms. It just looks amazing. You just feel
and
like you're
lighting.
in a hotel. Yeah. And
this is the Silver Suite.
Silver Suite, you know, you for any guest that just wants to feel to have more space in these, you know, remote destinations. We also offer the Grand Suite dining area with a living room area. I mean, it doesn't even feel like you're on a ship, pretty much, as you can see. You know, you got your double vanity sinks, whirlpool, additional second bedroom on our Grand and Owner Suite. So if you
Mm-hmm.
got any of those big families that just want to travel and have that privacy, this is just showing you a quick preview of how that looks. And this is an amazing picture I love. It's kind of like you're just seeing it as a satellite. The experiences that your guests will be able to have in Antarctica, kayaking, and just, you know, just hearing the serene, no sound, no crazy cars honking. You're just enjoying it and embracing all of this environment around you. And I'll let
All right.
Marcus give a little
Yeah,
story on this
so
one.
this is actually from Antarctica, and this is a video of an Adelie penguin jumping into the zodiac. And what's interesting about this story is the guests were actually asking the expedition staff leader, has a penguin ever jumped into the zodiac? And then an Adelie penguin actually jumped into the zodiac. So you're going to see Antarctica, 4 different species of penguins, 3 different species of whales. In the Arctic, you're going to see walruses and polar bears and killer whales. So again, you know, they're like polar safaris, and then they're transformative experiences. So in addition to the Endeavor, she actually enters the water this month. We do have reduced fare FAM opportunities on the Silver Endeavor. So please, this is why it's really good to have a strong relationship with your field representative and your inside sales team so that they can give you these opportunities. But let's move on to the Silver Nova, where we will be introducing her this summer in 2023, which is, I guess we're thick in the roaring 20s now. She's going to have a guest capacity of 728, and then we are demonstrating how Silversea and the Royal Caribbean Group are leaders in sustainability. So this will be our industry's first multi-hybrid cruise ship, where she will be powered by liquefied natural gas through dual fuel engines. And then we're going to have battery and fuel cell technology, which will reduce the greenhouse gas emissions by 40%, giving us 25% more efficiency. And then while we're in port, we'll have 0 emissions, further limiting and minimizing impact on the natural world and also these local communities. So we're very proud of the leadership we have in sustainability. And with the ship, we're giving you a brand new architecture. So typically on the Silversea ships, you have all of your public areas aft, but on this ship, we're going to give you an asymmetrical design, a horizontal layout, where the public areas will be dedicated to specific decks. And then this allows us to give a new generation of suites. And Doug, correct me if I'm wrong, we're introducing 8 new suite categories, correct?
Yes, I believe so. I mean, there's so many suites I can't even keep up with the categories, but you know, it's a good opportunity for these guests that are wanting those larger suites with those extra amenities that they get.
Yes.
So it's going to be amazing.
And here we see the pool deck. You can see how unique this asymmetrical design. So the pool is actually going to be on the starboard side of the ship. Here's the dusk bar. Here we give you a picture of the master suite. You get these beautiful floor to ceiling windows and outstanding balconies. They're really like these just luxurious apartments. So her inaugural season this summer, she's going to start in the Mediterranean, and then she's going to do a transatlantic from Lisbon to New York. She's going to ride down to Barbados and then to Fort Lauderdale. Bing, bing, bing. let's pay attention to that date because we will have, I'm certain, really exciting travel advisor events for when the Silver Nova is in Florida. Then she is going to circumnavigate South America, go up the Amazon River, and then through the Panama Canal up to Vancouver. So a very exciting inaugural season. We're giving you, again, more voyages and destinations and more options than any of our competitors. So that's what really separates Silversea. And with that, we're going to have French Polynesian, Hawaiian itineraries. We're going to give you new variety for our Alaska itineraries, and then some amazing itineraries in South Africa and the Seychelles, Madagascar, Zanzibar. So we're continuing to push the boundaries of how we are planning and executing our itineraries. You know, we are the most all-inclusive luxury experience, and this, we're giving you a door-to-door experience, so your guest has a Silversea experience as soon as they walk out their door, and then as soon as they go back in when they get home. But for your guests that want the control over these independent components, they can purchase a port-to-port fare, which is all-inclusive while on board, and for the shore excursions. So we're giving you options here. And then, of course, for your guests who like control over their flights, if they do not want the international flight, we have really competitive non-use air credits. So again, you know, this gives you options, and then we're here to help you consult through all of this. And remember, once they're on board, they get your butler, your gratuities, your food, your alcohol, and your shore excursions are included. And, you know, remember the value. So with door-to-door versus port-to-port, port-to-port is the best price, door-to-door is the best value. And what creates that value is, you know, when you do a per diem cost, and let's say you put us up against a premium line, when you factor in all the incidentals, all of the ancillary components, in many cases, the per diem cost is marginally different. And so when you consider the number of destinations that Silversea travels to, the size and the intimacy of the ships, the guest to staff ratio, where it is 1.3 to 1 to 1.4, so we're almost giving you a 1-to-1 ratio. And then we're also giving you more spacious seats, suites. We give you greater value in the Silversea experience. We get a lot of partners, and maybe Anna can help. I wish we could survey. We get a lot of partners who haven't sold Silversea or are wanting to get into selling Silversea and selling luxury. And so they ask us, how do I get started? Well, first of all, look to see, you know, who do you have on premium products? Who do you have that loves a land tour? Who do you have any river cruise customers? And then also multi-generational families for Galapagos Islands, for Alaska, for Antarctica, for those really adventurous destinations. If you answered yes to any of these points, then you have a Silversea customer. And so we're here to help you, and this is Doug's team. He is here to help you with identifying and qualifying all of these guests and then accessing the resources that we have available. This is a quick snapshot of our Discover blog. And this is a great tool for editorial and enrichment content. So if you are sending out newsletters or if you're keeping in touch with your guests, there's a lot of great content in here that say, hey, I read this really amazing article on first time to Antarctica. Here's what you should know. It made me think of you because I know that Antarctica is on your dream list. And I just want to take you off. Doug, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
I just wanted to give everybody a reminder. We just renewed one of our promotions that we were doing for last month, which is a bonus commission whenever you were booking any 2023 voyage. That was for last month. But for this new month, from to the end of the month, November 30th, we are still extending the bonus commission, but we are now going to be destination focused. So this is going to be only applicable to Far East voyages, the Arctic and Antarctica voyages moving forward. So just wanted to give everybody a quick reminder about that, some opportunity to be able to make some money. As soon as you deposit, 45 days from the deposit, we will go ahead and send you that bonus commission.
Yes, and remember, you also have your CLIA $100 bonus commission as well. I logged into my Silversea. You know, this is a really great tool. It takes you to Marketing Central where you can access creative. So we have photos, we have videos, we have digital banners. So let's say you want to incorporate Silversea branding into your website. You have all the creative here. Our insight team is here to help facilitate. We can even sit down and discuss a strategy. So if you want to do a digital strategy, let's talk about it. If you want to do a direct mail strategy, let's talk about it. If you want to do an invitation, so let me pull up the invitation. If you want to do an invitation for a virtual event, we can get one of the field reps or an inside sales rep to help you. And if you want to do an invitation for an in-person event, we can do that as well. And so you can coordinate with your field representative. So remember, your sales team is your most valuable resource. Please get to know your sales team. And we are here to answer any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Marcus and Douglas. We do have a few questions coming in, and I invite everybody to keep them coming. Our first one is from Lori, who is wondering if Silversea is family friendly and what is the minimum age for children allowed on board?
Absolutely. Silversea is very family friendly. And I always think about it like, you know, people ask a lot of questions about the demographic. And when the shorter the itinerary, so 7 days to 14 days, the more diversity you have with the age demographic. So your 7-day to 14-day itineraries are wonderful for families, and also with the destination. With our expedition product that requires getting on and off a Zodiac, the minimum age is 6. I'm going to phone my friend Doug to keep me honest. Is that correct?
They got updated to 5 years old as a minimum.
5 years old, excuse me. And then Doug, what is it with the classic product?
So in the classic, you know, they can still go younger. You know, it just depends. You know, if the grandparents are taking the grandchildren, then there would be a form that needs to be filled out for authorization. But I would just say, you know, typically, you know, that even young kids, babies can be able to go. And we do offer 50% off on 3rd and 4th births for any kids younger than 17 years old. So that's just something to keep in mind on those suites that do have the capabilities for 3rd and 4th births.
Excellent. And also, you know, this is if you do have children going on board. I always encourage, you know, special services at silversea.com is a critical resource, especially when you're doing groups or if you have specialty requests. And so if you do have children going on board, we can always coordinate with the ship And in some cases, like the Mediterranean or Alaska, where we typically have more kids on board for those destinations, they will create programs that include like video games, board games. It just varies on a case-by-case basis, looking at that manifest specific to that voyage. And so special service is a key resource to help you facilitate to ensure that your family has an excellent experience. Now, I will say again, a lot of times when you have whales and penguins and all of these like exciting experiences, that has been very sufficient for kids. Like kids love snorkeling with sea lions, for example, in the Galapagos. Thank you for the question.
Okay, great, got it. Our next question is from Julie, who would like to book a cruise for next year to Alaska and is wondering if you have those dates available to look at yet.
Absolutely. In fact, let's get your information right after this call so that we can set you up with your inside sales rep and we can talk about dates and send you some options.
Perfect. I will be sure to connect you guys. Our next question is from John, and I think you touched on this earlier, but John is wondering if you can speak to entertainment on board.
So on our classic product, we have 3 men and 3 women, and they are the singers, and they'll do various shows. And again, they change quite regularly. They'll do like a mashup of a good example, a Beatles medley mashup is something that I've seen. And then each of them have their own talents. And so they'll do individual shows. So we've had opera singers, we've had Broadway performers. They do their individual shows. And then we have lecturers on board that will do lectures that are specific to the different destinations. And on the expedition product, the entertainment is the expedition staff. So when you are out kayaking and you run into a pod of killer whales, this is a very spectacular experience. So they'll probably have the marine biologist speak to that species of killer whales and discuss some of the unique characteristics of killer whales and why they're so interesting to humans. So the entertainment is variable, but it is often driven by the itinerary and that destination.
Okay, got it. And it looks like this is our last question from Rob, who is wondering how accessible Silversea is for those with mobility challenges.
That is an excellent question, and thank you, Rob, for the question. We are continuously looking to make improvements into the accessibility of the ships. I know this is an important initiative for Mr. Roberto Martinoli, who is our CEO. So we do have accessible suites available on our ships in a combination, and Doug, correct me, it's a combination of Vista and Verandas and Silver Suites, correct?
Yes, we do offer accessibility suites on our classic ships. I do want to point out that for expedition, it does require, as long as the guest is able to get on and off of Zodiac on their own, keep in mind our staff will try to help them the best they can, but however, they still need to be able to get on and off Zodiac on their own. So if that's not possible, we wouldn't recommend the expedition product, as it is going to be a lot of getting on and off. So a classic ship would be more highly recommended, such as the Silver Moon. Our newest ships are going to be now with more of a higher standard for ADA and other accessibilities. Yeah. So it's just something to keep in mind. We do offer those veranda and regular Vista suites with accessibilities.
Absolutely. And another thing important to consider, and this is something, is the embarkation and disembarkation, and ensuring that we use a gangway. So in the event you do the cloud or the wind, and the guest is satisfied by staying on board, they could still enjoy Antarctica from the ship. as long as we're using a gangway. And again, as you're looking for itineraries, this is another reason why it's great for you to stay engaged with your sales team, is we can work on those specifications to ensure that your client has an excellent and seamless experience.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for those insights. And I think those are all of our questions. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And thank you, Marcus and Doug, for all of that wonderful information.
Thank you so much, Anna. We appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great evening and hope you got a little bit of something to just kind of give us a call and see what we can do, to book your client on their next adventure.
We're here to help you surprise and delight.
Perfect. Have a fantastic rest of your week, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.